What's up, everybody? Welcome to the PixelPlay Sidequest, your bonus content here on YouTube. My name is Adam, aka CS Radical, joined as always by nobody. It's just me and my bad opinions, which means it's time to rank some more shit. And this time, we all know I have bad taste in games, or at least, good taste in games that people seem to like and not like. And we're going to do all the Game of the Years from either the D.I.C.E Awards and then also leading up when we start Jeff Keighley's Game Awards. So that's my frame of reference. This is what I pulled from TierMaker. Don't argue with what I chose. It's what I found first. That's how we're doing it. So let's hop to it and we'll see what categories we have to work with here. So here we are. So we got a few different things to work with. The obvious top of the top is whatever game is nominated, it's fully deserved, no questions asked. There is no question that this was, in my opinion, which, by the way, this is my opinion. This could also mean, whether it's my favorite game and I think this should have been the Game of the Year, or if I can go, all right, yeah, this definitely should have been. There's going to be some mismatch of it. I haven't even decided all of these yet. Also, ignore that this person decided to use this for Overwatch. I don't care. It's fine. But, yeah. Anyways, so yeah, top is for anything that I cannot question. There's no better game than this one, whether it's through my own personal opinion or looking at all the games that are there anyway. Could switch with another you ask me later. It's basically, look, this one's really good. So's this one. I could interchange these. It's fine either way. Runner up to the real wheel. Jesus, good Lord. It says exactly what it says. It just means that I wouldn't have put this one up there, but you know what? It's a solid number 2 option. Then we get to the, I don't know if any of these will fall here, but nomination should just happy to be there. It's look, yeah, it belongs in that group, but no shot it should have won. And then the how did you even get nominated? If I've actually put one thing in here, I'd be stunned. I don't think that's going to be a thing that happens. And then, of course, if there's a game that I did not play or don't remember playing, then I just will leave it there because it's hard to have an opinion on a game that I haven't even played. So, but we start off with GoldenEye. On the list that I'm looking with D.I.C.E, the only thing I would put next to this is Final Fantasy VII. Now, y'all know my opinion of the OG 7 is not that great. But also, now that I really like the remake, and I do recognize that what it is, I think this is a perfect spot could switch with another if you ask me later. I do think that between this and Final Fantasy VII, you could make a case for either or. I don't think that there is any hesitation on my part that, one over the other could be fine. But I don't think that this is it has to be the Game of the Year. As opposed to the next one, which is Ocarina of Time, which shared, the only thing you could put up next to it is either Metal Gear Solid or Half-Life, but I'm going to be honest, I don't think that anyone would really question this, to be perfectly real here. I think this makes the most sense that this would be your number 1 overall pick if you were going to do something from this specific year. So that's just going to go right to the top. I'm not going to deliberate much about it. I do think that this is now, in retrospect, overhyped. Now that we know they're making a new version of it, maybe things will change now that's had a fresher coat of paint, but it hasn't aged as well as I think some people might claim it does. But anyways, The Sims is for 99-2000. I'm looking at it. Pokemon Yellow is the only thing really going up against it. Because here's the thing, where's Pokemon Red and Blue in the D.I.C.E Awards? You know what? Let me just quickly check. When did Pokemon Red and Blue come out? Did they come out at a slightly different time to Yellow? I think that's the only thing. I know they must have because they didn't come out around the same time. So Red and Blue was February in Japan. And okay, I want the 98. So it was 98 in North America, and then Yellow came out in 99. Okay, really? So Pokemon Red and Blue never got even a nomination. That's crazy. Honestly, between that and Pokemon Yellow, I can switch. The Sims, I think, was at the time really, really cool, but the competition is not that great. The other things in here is Age of Empires 2, Donkey Kong 64, Soul Calibur, Unreal Tournament. They're all, solid. There's not a shining example here. So I don't feel comfortable putting it up in fully deserved because I actually don't think this category is super strong. So I don't think I would go there. Now, the 2000, this is where DICE gets weird because they have a shit ton of games in this one. I don't know why. This is just the Wikipedia list. Don't argue with me. I'm just looking through to see Final Fantasy IX is in there. Chrono Cross is in there. Baldur's Gate 2, Red Alert 2, Jack Rhyme Radio, OG Shenmue, SSS, Majora's Mask. No, even though I haven't played it, and honestly, I'm going to put it here, but if I actually had to rank it proper, I would put it up here. I think based on how everybody has talked about this game over time, I don't think it would be much of a question here, so I wouldn't actually argue with this one. 2001 Halo Combat Evolved. I don't even have to look at the list. We know it is. Like, that game was a trailblazer at the time. Like, that was the biggest thing when that game came out. No question. The games that are listed here next to it is Black and White, Eco, and Civ 3. There's no competition here. None. Battlefield 1942 I have never played. In terms of... Okay. I might piss off some PC guys. This is where I'd put it, because in this category, actually, it might even be here, but here would be where I put it, because the games else on this list are Animal Crossing, Vice City, Metroid Prime, and Ratchet and Clank. I can think of at least two things I could justify on this one. Anyways, 2003, Call of Duty. So we got, what are our arguments here? The only ones I would see would be Knights of the Old Republic and Wind Waker. I think we can make a case that this was definitely the bona fide one. This really did kind of bring first-person shooters. I mean, Halo already did, and then Call of Duty really, really mainstreamed the fuck out of it. As much as I love Coder, and as much as Wind Waker is an underrated gem, I don't think there's much competition on this one. 2004, Half-Life 2, the only thing... Oh, San Andreas as well, sorry. Actually... You know what? WoW is also here. Halo 2. I think this is definitely an interchangeable one. I know Half-Life 2 is legendary status to a lot of people, but I think with what's on the table here with San Andreas, Halo 2, and WoW, like that's a lot of stuff that I think you could go in between. So I'm not gonna argue too hard on this. God of War is 2005. Call of Duty 2 and Guitar Hero. I guess Shadow of the Colossus, but I'm not a big Shadow of the Colossus guy, to be honest. I suppose it has to be here because I'm going to be real. Like Call of Duty 2, I mean, it's just more of the same. Guitar Hero is amazing, but it's not where it's at yet. So I think out of just that, I would put God of War there. 2006 with Gears of War. Now Guitar Hero 2 comes out here, but also so does Twilight Princess and Oblivion. Gears of War is not the winner. Twilight Princess should be, and Oblivion is probably not even that far behind it. So, like, you could almost put it here if you wanted to, but I would say, like, at the time, if it was me, it'd probably be, like, I really did like the OG Gears of War. But I do think that I don't even actually care much for Twilight Princess, but I do know with the overall thought about it, I have played bits of it, and I mean, I think that just... It would make way more... I think either Oblivion or Twilight Princess would go above this now in retrospect to most people. Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. Next to Rock Band, Mario Galaxy, Orange Box, and Bioshock. I'm going to throw Orange Box out because it's just a collection of stuff. But it's great. Don't get me wrong. But I would put both Bioshock and Galaxy above it. So I would even put it number 2. And Rock Band, I think I could even put above it too. This might even be going down as 4. I actually prefer Modern Warfare 2 above this one as well. So, like, there's a lot of things against this. And this isn't me Call of Duty hating me. Look, I put the OG up here, right? But I think there were far better games in this category that DICE nominated. So I wouldn't put this here at all. I'm sorry. Fallout 3, GTA 4, even though I think it's a little overrated, and Left 4 Dead... okay, I'll be nice. I'll go here. I don't think it's that bad. I wouldn't go that far. It's definitely the closest, though. I will say, this is the closest. Goose Game, I'll maybe, like, jigsaw my way into... maybe pretzel myself into maybe figuring out if I can put it in How You Get You Nominated, because I haven't seen the list yet, but... Yeah, I could put 3 things above this pretty easy. Don't even have to think that hard about it. 2009 with Uncharted 2. So we got Assassin's Creed 2, Arkham Asylum, Modern Warfare 2, and Dragon Age Origins. This is a stacked category. I've played 2. I think it's fine. I'm not as high on it as everybody else. Also, I don't know what's with some of these images this guy pulled. Whatever. I'm dealing with it. I personally, I don't want to go as far as saying it's number 2 because I do recognize that this game was universally loved by folks. I would probably lean towards Assassin's Creed 2 personally. Dragon Age Origins is also really solid too. I mean, all 5 of these games on this list are good too. Arkham Asylum and Modern Warfare 2, that's a lot of good games. But yeah, this is about where I'd feel comfortable putting it. Mass Effect 2, I don't even have to look at the list, but let's actually see. Well, Red Dead Redemption? No, I'd still put Mass Effect 2 as the fully deserved. Like, you could make a case to interchange it, but I think Mass Effect 2 is so fucking good, man. It's the best. At the time, that was my favorite game ever. I would not, like, this is personal opinion taking a little bit over compared to some of these others. I cannot rate this higher than 1. I don't even have to think that hard about it. We got a couple more before we finally get into the Game Awards ones as well. So 2011 with Skyrim, we got Arkham City, Portal 2, Skyward Sword, and Uncharted 3 next to it. Yeah, I can make that case too. Arkham City's up there, Portal 2's up there, Skyward Sword I wouldn't, and Uncharted 3 actually I think is kind of weak. So I think this one's a pretty solid number 1. Now, I'll be curious if Elder Scrolls 6 ever comes out, if I actually end up liking it, because I've tried to replay the Oblivion remaster and I hate it. I wonder if I actually went back and played Skyrim, if I care for it now. I don't know. But at the time, I sunk so much time into that game. 2012 Journey. Our options are Borderlands 2, Far Cry 3, Telltale's Walking Dead, and XCOM Enemy Unknown. So I'm putting it here only because Walking Dead I think also is a good spot, but I think a lot of people just didn't put it there because it was a visual novel kind of game, and Journey just went the full artistic game route. They're both fantastic. I think I could go either way. Personally, I would put Walking Dead above Journey, but I think in this category, like, it's a case of it's an either or. I'm not that uncomfortable with that. Borderlands 2 is decent. Far Cry 3 is pretty good. XCOM Enemy Unknown I do like, but like I wouldn't put them as high as either Journey or Walking Dead from that time. 2013 Last of Us. How'd you get nominated? Because we all know this game is trash. But all seriousness, between this and Grand Theft Auto 5, really, because I mean Black Flag, BioShock Infinite, and Link Between Worlds are on here. I think it's interchangeable because personally I think GTA 5 is pretty crazy good. And again, I'm trying not to put my opinion of how much I really don't like the Last of Us games, but in terms of overall reviews, like obviously everything I've heard from other people, I think I can make a case to leave it here. I wouldn't put it this high. I can't get it. I can't put it here when I don't even believe that it's that good. Actually, by that logic, we got to go back to God of War. Was there anything above it? Yeah, you know what? It's got to go back here. I got to put some personal opinion into this too, because I actually don't like the OG God of Wars. So there we go. There's my one edit probably. 2014, we are finally into both the DICE and Game of the Year awards. So they both matched on Inquisition, so we don't have to think that hard about it. But let's see. So between all of them, so Destiny, Far Cry 4, Hearthstone, and Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor was on the DICE side. Bayonetta 2, Dark Souls 2, Hearthstone, Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor for Game Awards. This is a pretty weak year. And honestly, I'm going to put Inquisition in the could switch because I think Destiny was actually a really, really cool game at the time. Destiny 2 I'd actually probably think is, well, before they ruined it, was a good start. But like tail end of Destiny was so good. It was so fucking good. But yeah, Inquisition I liked a lot. It's the last time that BioWare really gave me anything I liked, which is a thing I don't like talking about that much. But realistically, I think I can make a case for that. I know a lot of people really like Shadow of Mordor. I don't get it. I tried it. I genuinely tried to like it, and I did not care for it. And all From Software games suck. So there we go. 2015, Fallout 4 won on the DICE side, which was really dumb when you consider that Witcher 3 was on that list. Now, I also liked Phantom Pain, and I also really liked Uncharted 4. Or no, I'm on the wrong side. Never mind. Bloodborne is on there for DICE, which I would not put there. And yeah, Metal Gear Solid 5 is the only real thing I would put up there next to it. But yeah, Fallout 4, absolutely not. In fact, do I want to let personal thoughts get in the way of this? Let me check all this stuff again. Actually, yeah, with Bloodborne there, yeah, it should just be happy to be there. Because I think you could even make even though I don't care much for From Software games, Bloodborne has a better case of being a runner-up than even Fallout 4 does. So, yeah, we'll go with that. 2016, we get to Diva having a good old time. And the only thing that I would put next to it is Uncharted 4. And because of that, I put on Overwatch number 2. I think Uncharted 4 is an amazing game. Now, Titanfall 2 is in here as well. So is Doom. Uncharted 4 was, I as much as like I've said, the original 3 Uncharted games I really was like hit and miss on. Uncharted 4 was so fucking good. I fucking adored that game. So, yeah. I hate this game. Let's see where we actually put it. Breath of the Wild. So, its matchups basically are Cuphead, Horizon, Mario Odyssey. Oh, Persona 5's on this list. Yeah. And this is part of my bias. Yeah, Persona 5 should be here. But also Mario Odyssey is good. There's a few we can interchange. Horizon Zero Dawn is decent, but I think I wouldn't put it above those. But yeah, that's a pretty good list. 2018 was a Universal God of War. Red Dead Redemption 2 and Marvel Spider-Man is on there. However, I do love this game, but Red Dead Redemption 2 is also on this list. And so is Spider-Man. And so is Assassin's Creed Odyssey, although I wouldn't put it as high as those two. But yeah, between those 3 games of God of War, Spider-Man, and Red Dead Redemption 2, it's not an obvious decision. I can't possibly put it at the top here. They're all such really good games. 2019 is either Untitled Goose Game if you were on the DICE side, or Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. And so I love this game, but how? I actually have to put it here as in how. This is where Sekiro gets tough. I've never played Sekiro, so it's actually going to go here. I really like Control. Control is something that was put on here. That's probably the only thing I think I would put above it. I mean, Death Stranding's on this list, but I just don't get it. Disco Elysium is a really good game. I don't get it, though. Outer Wilds is also on here. Outer Worlds is on here. Resident Evil 2 Remake is on here. There's a lot of decent stuff here. If I was personally putting it somewhere based on, like, if I actually had an opinion of the game, it probably would lean in here. But I have no opinion on this game, so I can't possibly rate it properly. Last of Us Part 2 and Hades are 2020. I actually haven't played this at all because I did try to play Last of Us and didn't like it, so of course, why would I play the second one? Hades I have also not played, but Hades 2 I really fucking loved. So let me see what I would think about it. Final Fantasy VII Remake is on here, so they immediately have to be a minimum runner-up to real winner. Is there anything I would put elsewise? No. But yeah, I love Final Fantasy VII Remake way too much that would have been my game of the year with full bias in tow. So that's where we're going to end there. It Takes Two was universal, or yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Well, unanimous also, but the only thing that I would put next to it is Deathloop, and I think we could interchange it. I do like both of them a lot. Deathloop, I could not believe how much I love that game, and It Takes Two is just a really solid fucking game. Some people will put in Metroid Dread. Some people might talk about Inscription, because that was a really good indie game. Resident Evil Village as well, but I think between It Takes Two and Deathloop, I think those are your two runners. Elden Ring was universal. There, as much as I don't care much for that game, it is there because of the sheer insanity that was how much people adored that game. Also, I'm realizing how far behind this exact quiz was. I'll just quickly make something up for this for the last couple of years. But Elden Ring in 22 was just you couldn't stop hearing about it. The only thing that would go next to it for me is God of War Ragnarok, and I don't think a lot of people would put that above it. So I can't in good instance do it. I did play Elden Ring, so I can make this call. I don't understand why people were that into it, but it's a game that's not for me. So it is what it is. So we only got 1 year left from this thing, but I'll do the other two as just, we would assume it would be. Baldur's Gate 3. What do we got here? Really, it's for me. It's only Spider-Man 2, and Tears of the Kingdom. But like, again, this was a pretty big deal. I know Tears of the Kingdom was like a pretty big thing for some people, but Baldur's Gate 3 was another one of those ones that just it wouldn't stop being talked about. So I'm okay with putting it there. Again, I've also tried this game, and I don't get it. It's just too slow for me, and I say that as a JRPG guy. It's too slow and complicated. But yeah, I would go there. If I had to do the other 2 years, so DICE and Game Awards were collective on Astrobot, I think it should have been happy to be there because I do think that either Balatro should have been a winner. Metaphor was way better than that. Even Final Fantasy VII Rebirth I would put above it. I think I would even put Helldivers 2 above Astrobot. I love Astrobot. But I think it's just happy to be there. I think it was just the safe bet because I don't think a lot of people wanted to give Balatro that because they didn't want to give an indie game that smoke. And I don't think the Game Awards, even though Final Fantasy Rebirth, which everybody thought was going to win Game of the Year that year, lost to Metaphor, I don't think the Game Awards felt comfortable putting a JRPG at the top. So, yeah, I wouldn't go there. And then Clair Obscur, as much as I have my thoughts about the end, I think it has to be fully deserved. And that's saying with games like Hades 2 and Blueprints and Dispatch for me personally, not to mention Donkey Kong, Hollow Knight, Kingdom Come Deliverance. Like there's so much stuff. 2025 was stacked, man. We all knew it was going to be Clair Obscur, but there was some good shit that year. And I mean, personally, I could add it to the could switch with another, but based on how everybody knew it was going to be Clair Obscur, and given how many awards it won that year at the Game Awards, it's a non-contest. Like we don't have to think that hard about it. So that's what I go for. Apologies that I didn't even check the tier maker ahead of time to have these couple of extra images there, but you can see what's going on here. But that's it. That's all of it. That's all my bad opinions. So I guess, like I said, if I had to do it, if I remember correctly, that was there, that was there, that was there. I think that was there, and I think I put both of them there. So that's how I kind of would have looked at it, but obviously, like I said, I haven't played some of them, so that is where we end up at the end of all of this. Oops. Get over there. All right, so that's going to do it for me. Let me know what you guys think. Was I way off on something? I mean, I probably am because I always have bad opinions, apparently. But let me know in the comments below. You guys know the drill. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We always appreciate you getting that algorithm going because Lord knows a channel with less than 500 subs needs it. All right, so we will see you on the next one. Take care, and bye-bye for now.